government would be setting a dangerous precedent if it goes ahead to pass a bill seeking to control the country's public universities. That's the warning by the University Teachers Association of Ghana, UTAG, which is kicking against the Public Universities Bill 2019. The bill, signed by Education Minister Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, seeks to regulate activities of public universities under one law. Although UTAG says it is not opposed to the entirety of the bill, it is unhappy with portions that specifically relate to the governance of the universities. We'll be speaking to UTAG shortly, but my colleague Kojo Jansen joins me with details of the draft bill. This bill has 48 clauses, Kojo, but tell us what exactly the UTAG is kicking against.
Well, it's particularly Clause 5. There are two specific paragraphs in Clause 5 that are raising eyebrows among critics, including UTAG. And I'm going to very quickly read those particular paragraphs to you. So Clause 5 has to do with the establishment of a council, a university council. And I want to read directly from it. It says here, the governing body of a public university is a council which shall consist of the following 9 members appointed by the president, including, and then it goes on to list these 9 members. But in essence, all 9 are to now be appointed by the president if this bill becomes law. And then I'm happy to list them for you if you like. The chairperson, the vice chancellor, 4 persons nominated by the president, one of whom shall be a woman, and then a representative of the registered unions and the university on rotational basis. So in one council there will be a rep of the university, and then in the next one the union.
But that's not appointed by the president.
All 9 members of the council are to be appointed by the president.
Okay.
There's also going to be one representative of the students of the university. It says that will be nominated by the students' union. And then one representative from the National Council for Tertiary Education who shall be a non-voting member. And then it goes on to talk about how the president should make these nominations. And then the 5th paragraph. The president may dissolve and reconstitute the council in cases of emergencies or appoint an interim council to operate for a stated period.
Kojo, we'll come to talk more about this because we've seen on social media, for example, one particular professor who's come hard at government for this particular bill. But we've been joined by National President of UTAG, Dr. Eric Opoku-Mensah. Hello, sir. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thank you and good morning.
What exactly is the University Teachers Association of Ghana's official position on this bill?
Thank you. Unfortunately, we do not have an official position yet. The document is being digested by our constituents all over the public universities. And I think that the submission that has been made by a few of our colleagues, especially from the University of Ghana, gives an idea about what is happening and the possible response that will be coming from UTAG. Without preempting the final position that will be determined after, a careful reflection on the bill, proposed bill by the various campuses, I would want to say that UTAG, we should wait for UTAG to come out. Yes, others are talking about it, but I don't want to go ahead and make any statement that is not representative of the general position of UTAG. So I think that will come out pretty soon. We just need a little time.
Okay, but so if you can't speak for UTAG, let me ask you as a teacher in the university space. We understand now that the government is going to have more appointing powers for the governing council of universities. How does that make you feel?
You see, it is very difficult to differentiate my personal position from that of UTAG, which I represent at the national
Well,
level.
I have asked for your personal position. Since you're within this space.
For now, I would like to subdue my personal position to that of UTAG. And if I've given you an indication, I think I've given you an indication already that if you've listened to the comments that have earlier been expressed by, some colleagues from the University of Ghana, it should give you an idea about the general feeling But of course, I cannot say that that might be representative of the feeling of everybody. But the information I'm getting, members are certainly not happy about this proposal. But I'm saying that I wouldn't go ahead and make any statement that is not representative. Once we are certain and we come to a position, which will be very soon, UTAG will certainly call on your huge platform to make a statement.
All right, Doc, were you included in the deliberation process in drafting this bill?
No.
All right. We will have to end it here, and hopefully when UTAG is able to have an official position, we'll reach you and get your comment on that. Thank you so much for joining the show this morning. But Professor Kojo Appiagyei, we'll be hearing from him shortly. But Kojo, let me come to you on this matter. Why did government see the need to create or draft this new bill?
It's not yet clear. We have heard from on social media from somebody who represents the Ministry of Education, who has suggested that, well, the government plays such a major role in the running and operation of universities anyway, in terms of finance at least. And already there are about 4 members of every university, public university council, at least 4, that were appointed by the president. What is it that would make it a bad idea for government to seek to play a bigger role in the running of universities? They haven't yet come out with a particular reason. They haven't determined to the public what problem they are seeking to solve by coming out with this proposed Public Universities Act. The existing situation is that every university is established by an act of its own. So there are minor variations between the act that establishes one university and another. But we are yet to determine what this sort of consolidation of acts into one single act and the repealing of the existing ones is seeking to resolve. We don't know what problem they're trying to
And definitely
fix.
this government has had to deal with quite a number of issues, looking at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, students rioting, governance issues, and recently University of Education winning, but we understand the school has been reopened. Kojo, we'll come and talk more about that bill. But Professor Kojo Appiagyei speaks for the University of Ghana, Legon branch of UTAG, and he made these comments earlier on the AM show, speaking to my colleague Roland Walker about this issue.
The bill raises some interesting innovations, some of which are positive, some of which are negative. But I must say, in our opinion, the negatives outweigh the positive. One positive is that it is bringing one law which will regulate all public universities, which is a good thing. And then there's also another negative positive in the sense that it recognizes some level of autonomy for the university with respect to the individual teachers of the university. Apart from that, the provision as it stands will severely compromise academic freedom of the universities if it's enacted in the form it is now. When you talk about academic freedom, you are talking about the independence that the university itself, the teachers of the university, the students are supposed to enjoy on the campus. And this concept of academic freedom is to enable or facilitate research, dissemination of information, finding out new knowledge, which will then be used to promote teaching and promote the well-being of the society in general.
So we heard from the rep of UTAG's University of Ghana, Legon branch. The conversation will continue. Kojo Yankson is still with me. We've been looking at this bill. It's quite detailed, but the last section of this bill hints at some name changes of universities. Quite interesting. This government has been criticized by some and applauded by others for this name changing holidays, changing names of holidays and all this. But we are getting some hints.
Yes, indeed. They certainly like to celebrate Ghanaians by naming things after them. And here we're having the names that they intend to go with. University of Ghana won't change. The Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology won't either. Neither will University of Cape Coast, but then, or University of Winneba. But we're then going to have the George Grant University of Mines and Technology, the Jerry John Rawlings University for Development Studies, the Nana Opoku-Ampoma University of Professional Studies.
That's UPS. We already know that. Yeah.
Then the Komla Agbeli-Gbedema University of Health and Allied Sciences. And finally, the Kofi Abrefa Buzia University of Energy and Natural Resources. GIMPA, by the way, will stay the same.
Interesting development, Kuteyang Sinda, with details of that draft bill, draft of the Universities Act. We'll be bringing you more on this, definitely. And when UTAG is ready to release that official response, we will also bring it to you. But for now, this is what it is, and this is what government's plan is. Away from that, the Gaming Commission has intensified efforts to clamp down on unlicensed sports betting companies in Ghana. This follows the proliferation of such companies, and some of which the Commission believes are operating without due licenses. Compliance manager at the Commission made these revelations when he supervised the massive promo by betting company SoccerBet to give away 1 of 10 Renault Kwid cars to lucky winners at the West Hills Mall here in Accra. We'll bring you that story later. You're watching News Desk with me, Bernice Abubeidul Ansah. Do stay. We've got business and sports coming up shortly.